Welcome to this IELTS Writing Task 1 training session. In this video, I'll guide you through how to effectively describe maps in IELTS Writing Task 1, focusing on a school's changes from 1985 to the present. This lesson is designed to help you break down the task step by step, ensuring that your response is structured, clear, and meets the IELTS assessment criteria. By the end of this session, you'll know how to analyze maps, structure your response, and use appropriate vocabulary to get a high band score. I'll also share some essential tips for beginners. So, grab your notebook and let's dive into the lesson.
Before we begin writing, let's understand the task requirements. For IELTS Writing Task 1, you must summarize the key differences between two maps in at least 150 words. Your response should include 3 essential parts: an introduction, an overview, and 2 body paragraphs. When analyzing maps, pay attention to major changes, look for additions, removals, or modifications of buildings, roads, and open spaces. Directional changes, notice how areas have been expanded or reduced. Functional changes, have new facilities been added or repurposed? By focusing on these key aspects, you'll be able to provide a well-structured response that highlights the most significant transformations. The introduction should paraphrase the given statement. Instead of copying, rephrase the description. The original prompt states, "The maps below show the changes of a school from 1985 to present time." A well-written introduction could be, "The 2 maps illustrate the transformation of a school site between 1985 and the present day, highlighting significant structural and functional modifications." By rewording the prompt, we demonstrate a strong command of paraphrasing, a crucial skill for achieving a high band score. Always keep your introduction clear and concise, avoiding unnecessary details. The overview is the most crucial part of your essay. It should summarize the most noticeable changes without too much detail. Ask yourself, what are the biggest differences? What stands out the most? A strong overview should provide a high-level summary of the changes. For example, overall, the school has undergone significant expansion, with new buildings added and existing facilities upgraded. Additionally, there has been a shift towards more modern infrastructure and improved accessibility. Notice that this overview doesn't include any specific data or minor details. Instead, it gives a broad summary of the most important changes. A well-crafted overview ensures a strong task achievement score. Now, let's move on to the body paragraphs. These should describe the changes in detail. A good approach is to divide the description into 2 logical parts: changes in one area of the school and then another. In 1985, the school had a smaller campus with fewer buildings. The playground occupied a large section of the school grounds. However, by the present day, the playground has been reduced in size to make way for additional classrooms and a modernized sports facility. The main building has also been extended, incorporating more learning spaces. Another notable development is the enhancement of infrastructure. A new parking area has been added to the south of the original car park, situated in the northern corner of the campus. Additionally, the construction of a new science block has further enriched the school's educational facilities. Meanwhile, the open spaces have been redesigned to create more accessible areas within the central part of the campus. Using transition words like however, meanwhile, and additionally improves coherence and fluency, making your response more sophisticated. To achieve a high band score, you must use varied vocabulary and appropriate sentence structures. Here are some useful words and phrases: expansion, the school has been expanded with new buildings. Renovation, several facilities have been renovated to modern standards. Addition, a new wing has been added to the main school building. Reduction, the size of the playground has been reduced. Replacement, the old cafeteria was replaced with a larger dining hall. Conversion, an open field has been converted into a sports complex. By incorporating these words and sentence structures, you demonstrate lexical resource and grammatical range, both of which contribute to a higher IELTS band score. Now, let's go over some common mistakes that test takers make and how to avoid them, including unnecessary details. Focus only on significant changes and avoid minor or irrelevant details. Lack of structure. Always follow the introduction, overview, and two-body paragraph format. Repeating words. Use synonyms and varied sentence structures to avoid redundancy. Ignoring grammatical accuracy. Make sure your verb tenses match the time frame of the maps. Beginner tips. Identify major versus minor changes. Focus on the big differences first. Use comparisons effectively. Explain what has been replaced or removed. Paraphrase the prompt. Avoid copying words directly. Write in present perfect tense for recent changes. The school has undergone significant modifications. Use prepositions correctly. Next to the main building, a new library has been added. With practice, these skills will help you craft a high-scoring response.
Now, it's your turn. Try writing a response using these tips, and remember to check for grammar and coherence. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more IELTS writing lessons. Keep practicing, and you'll ace the IELTS test. See you in the next video.